Alrighty, y'all, we're back at it. Austinite Podcast. We're here with the Castros, the owners of Austinite, CEOs and owners, Estella and Charles. How do y'all feel?
Hey.
Feeling great after yesterday's show. I'm feeling great, rested.
Yes.
Yeah, we just wrapped up Kushmas last night when we're filming this, so it was a super good turnout. We had a lot of good toys that were donated. We're helping out some families this holiday season, so it's glad to have y'all. I'm glad we could finally get y'all to sit down here. We got the chalk wall up now, too, newest edition.
I see that. I like that.
Yeah, we're going to get everybody that comes through here to tag it up. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome, y'all. So, like I said, we got the Castros here. They opened this place up, Austinite, on the east side about 2 years ago, just over 2 years. And in that time, they've stretched out to Oklahoma now, gone up 35, and we're even looking at maybe some other locations in Texas. So why do y'all, or I'll start with this. Why Austinite? Why did y'all choose the name Austinite Cannabis?
That's what you answered.
Go ahead.
Well, Austinite for me is, we've been gentrified a lot. You know, there's not that many Austinite people in East Austin. So coming from East Austin, still having a piece of property that's in our family. My mother-in-law owns a place. Why not call it Austinite? It's for our people. We were here first. We were smoking weed here before all the other outsiders were here. You know, it only fits.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. And that's pretty much, I mean, when we were looking around at, or playing with what we were going to name it, I think we knew wanted to have something to do with Austin. So
it was hard to get off that name. I feel like once y'all got to it,
We
like
did.
you couldn't. You knew that was the one, basically.
Well, I think we thought about a little bit of East Austin cannabis.
That's what it was.
Something like that. And then
Give it a little bit more to the O2, right?
Yeah, but you know, it's like we're more than that. You know, we're South Side. Everything has changed in Austin, you know. And us Austinites that are originally from Austin, we remember it the way it was and what has changed and what it's becoming. You know, it's a whole different place now.
Yeah, it's a trip to see. But I think that's why, too, we started leaning into events like Kushmas and everything like that. So y'all remember, I think everyone has been like a learning experience since then. What are y'all's favorite events to host here? Comedy shows, or what do y'all think?
I like the comedy shows. It's still my favorite.
That's how we started, yeah. It's like crazy to see the local scene, the comedy scene in Austin, yeah.
I enjoy the comedy shows too. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun to laugh, have fun, and get high and just have a good time. But I really enjoy the jiu-jitsu stuff that we do out here too. You know, that is fun. I mean, it's something right up my alley. I love to get out here with my buddies from the Austin area and just grapple and smoke with y'all. And smoke with y'all guys, man.
Yep. But we've really taken off in the bingo. I think people love the bingo.
Blazing Bingo's a hit, yes.
Yeah, we were thinking of trying to do a cannabis combat for South by Southwest, just to get something going there. So, and then hopefully we can get on a schedule to where we can do them regularly and just know the day we're gonna do them, so they can just be more regularly.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be for the next year.
We have Aaliyah with us full time now, and she's going to take over the event part, and I think that's going to help us out a lot.
Yeah, but I think every event we've grown a little bit. We're having that invitational number 2 coming up soon. We're definitely going to have open mats, too, just to try and get the community together and bring everybody together like that. So, yeah, it's going to be really awesome. But, yeah, y'all, we just wrapped up Kushmas. So what was y'all's favorite aspect of that one? We did a lot of toy donations.
We had a lot of toy donations, and then, everyone's, back in town because of family. So we had a lot of homies that came out because they're home, like Honey moved back and Chow, like, wow, everyone just, all just the homies came out, and that was kind of, we're not always, in Austin, so when we are, it's cool to come back to a party and then we get to see everybody at the same time.
Yeah, I think it was cool too that we showed a movie. It was our first time showing a film on a projector here, so I think that was pretty cool with the cookie decorating and all that. Yeah,
and it seemed like it turned out pretty cool, like good. Like that was something that I think we could probably do again. Like just always do a movie. I was a little scared because I didn't know how the quality would look, but it turned out really good.
It did. Yeah,
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, y'all, but yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff coming up in the new year that we're going to keep close to the chest for now, but we do have a lot of announcements coming soon. But now that I've got y'all here, I just want to pick y'all's brains a little bit about the industry in general. So we met a lot of cool people. We made a lot of friends along the way, made a lot of, people that maybe you wouldn't want to hit up again, but it's definitely a long part of the process. So what do y'all think is maybe a piece of this whole industry thing that a lot of people don't recognize when they're looking at it from the outside? I'm sure a lot of people see y'all that are friends from before y'all were in here and they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, it must be cool. But what's a part that you feel like more people should know that's like, hey, we really got to go through this?
It is a struggle because it's the one industry in the whole entire United States that's looked on the way that we are, you know, not even, you know, things that should be like, you know, any kind of like liquor stores, strip clubs, like for what we do. It
has a huge stigma.
Hardest industries. There's no loans. I mean, you know, whenever I'm down on myself, or I'm like, man, you know, but I have to think to myself, I'm like, I'm in an industry where I can't go get a loan. I have, you know, I have to pay to have a bank. I have, you know, there's nothing that's always helping me. There's nothing. There's no programs that are out helping me. Where if I was in any other situation, you know, if I wanted to open up a nail salon or a hair salon, you know, I would have, people would be like, yes.
The outline's there. People have done it before, yeah.
Right, you know, but this is just constant headache of, you know, and then you get to the part like right now in Oklahoma with opening up that second location. I mean, that struggle was, I thought, okay, I know how to do this. I've opened up a store before. We're going to get it done in 60 days. 60 days, guys. We're going to be in that store rocking and rolling. It has been a year later, and we're opening up, you know, our first branded Austinite, you know, and we've had Medican, and that's all great and dandy. But from that process, paying, I mean, there's so many people that were like, hey, where's my money? Where's my money?
Yeah.
The city takes a cut. The county takes a cut. And everybody is hitting me up. And I'm like, okay, so this is a situation. So the city of Ardmore charged me $2,700 per year just to have a marijuana business in Ardmore. That's not OMMA. That's not
insane.
That's not state. And I asked her, I said, what about other businesses? And she was like, they don't pay this. Oh, and she was like, oh, it's because it's marijuana. And I'm like, whoa, that is so crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, so I can't really beat myself up, or we can't beat ourselves when we don't get no help, you know?
No, I mean, it can't, and I prefer it that way. You know, I've always been a guy that's try to do it on our own, and we're doing it. You know, we may not do it as fast as we like to, but at least we know we're doing it by ourselves, and it's what we're doing is ours. So back to kind of the question you were asking, what kind of advice I'd give? I have a lot of friends that are like, man, it must be good. No, it's not good.
Exactly.
And if you plan on getting into this kind of business, you better have some deep pockets because it's not for everybody. Trust me.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's crazy to see y'all's hustle for real. Because when we started this one, it's just the hemp game down here, and y'all really kind of, like you said, didn't have a rule book, didn't have a manual. Nobody's really done something like this, especially at this time. So we were kind of the first pioneers of it. And then to see y'all do it all over again in Ardmore, it's like a whole nother different kind of headache. You know, we thought since we got the hemp game going, it'd be easier. But
I think the struggle in Oklahoma is a little bit harder for the aspect as well as here in Texas. We have a family team. You know, I have my children. I have people that are with us that we trust that can help us make it grow. Going out there, we're out of staters. We're not from there. We're trying to find people that are willing to work for us, willing to work for the company like it's their company too. You know, because you got to have good people behind you. You can't have someone that's not going to look after it like it's theirs, and that's what's hard.
Yeah, you got to have a good team, finding the right people too, especially,
And I think we're building a team. We've, you know, being in it as long as we've been, we're starting to build a team out there. And it's looking good.
It's taken a whole, you know, how long we've been there? We celebrated a year in September, so about a year and a half we've been there. And I mean, and then our store is open 24/7. Just to imagine that rain, snow,
holidays.
Hey, I'm saying Austinite here in East Austin should be open 24/7.
Thank you.
You're running the night shift.
I know. I think when he brought that up, I was like, yeah, who's running third shift? That's not us. It's crazy. So it is definitely taken, that part is taken a crazy toll, but it's awesome that the customers there know no matter what that we're there.
Yeah.
And then I had to like think that, you know, Tuesday, you know, we're doing the inventory switch and moving everything over, and I'm like, I guess it is okay if we're like closed for like 5 hours. we've never done it before,
Right, yeah.
so it'd be.
Well, this is if anyone's out there in Austin that wants to do overnight, maybe might have a position if y'all reach out to us. So
Might be it, yeah.
let us know.
The graveyard shift.
Yeah.
Hey, we need it, but if we could make it happen, y'all. But it's crazy to see y'all. So, like, y'all just got back in town when? Saturday or Friday?
Saturday.
And y'all are leaving, what, Tuesday, tomorrow?
We got to go back. We are closing on that deal there in Marietta. It's going to be Austinite number 3 that's in the works.
That's awesome.
It's a dispensary that didn't make it. Like I said, it's not for everybody. Unfortunately, they didn't make it.
This one's going to be neat, though, to get into that one on Tuesday because they left it with everything in it.
Yeah.
We bought the whole dispensary. Like, we went in there, shelves, the dab containers,
It was a blessing.
It really was.
It was a blessing. What they left behind is a blessing for us because we don't got to stock the store with shelving and anything.
Extra stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's
That's
already
just a
prepped up and ready to go.
turnkey.
So that's Marietta. Where is that Texas-wise compared to Texas? Or?
So Windstar, that's going to be closer to Windstar.
That's only like 10 minutes from Windstar.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more north, closer to Texas then?
It'll be closer
Yes,
to Texas.
more to Texas.
Or south, more south
Okay,
from
awesome.
Arbor.
And it's right on 35.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You catch, it's right on 35.
So we're keeping the 35 vibe. High 35. We're keeping
That's right.
I
That's
know.
right.
I think that
In
that's
East
for
Austin,
sure.
we're right off at 35, and Marietta right off 35, and Arbor right off at 35.
Yeah, so Ardmore, so we're gonna have Ardmore and Marietta, and then of course we'll have the Austin location forever too. So
And there's been, they've been selling them so much lately, licensing. So, I think that for sure, before it's said and done, before we turn rec, I think we're going to
We're
have
shooting for
3.
another one. We're shooting for one more.
One more, and I think that we'll be done with that.
that's
third
awesome.
one.
So for the viewers that maybe don't know too much about the Oklahoma legislation, talk just a little bit. They're medical now since I think 2018, right?
Yes.
So they're thinking about going rec. They're doing, I think, another election, right? Tell us a little bit about
So
that.
they're holding a special election because it was supposed to be on the ballot already in November. And so they're holding a special election. Governor Stitt put that in right before his office. But anyhow, so they're going to do that. And then, but they have already taken 2 different polls of asking already if they won it, and it was like 78% and 82%.
Yeah,
it was
majority.
there's no way that that it's not going to go on this one.
Yeah.
So that's happening March 7th, and then that we'll know like that day, and then that's going to be really exciting to be doing that, and then it's going to be super exciting.
And this is why I think Oklahoma is very interesting right now, because that's what I tell a lot of people that we meet, and that a lot of farmers are falling off right now, or it's just a huge change right now is a better thing to say in Oklahoma, and some people are not going to make it, and so it's just all the laws are changing, the systems, from going medical to rec, it's a whole process right now. So
It's a marathon, not a race.
something we're undergoing out there.
But it's definitely neat. I really like how Oklahoma is way different than Texas because they vote on what they want, on what the people want. Like if we just had that here in Texas, like just put it on our ballot. Do we want, medical marijuana? That just put that on our ballot, So anyhow, but I'm excited though for Texas, and I'm gonna carve out time, even though we got the stores opening in Oklahoma. I am gonna be there opening day for our legislation here in Texas. I can't wait to hear what they got to say. They now at some point somebody has to be accountable. We have to be like, hey, what's actually happening here? So I can't wait to see what happens and evolves here because I know we're busy in Oklahoma, but I'm definitely going to carve some time out for that.
And so for things like that, just curious, does Sid Miller go to stuff like that?
Yeah.
Depends what they're talking about.
It depends on what they're talking. If it's hemp, yes, but no. Yeah, you'll see him there occasionally. If it's something big, but not all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if anybody pops the question down here in Texas. Because I know when I saw that they were taking it off the midterm election in Oklahoma, I was like, what the heck? And I know a lot of people were like, too. So that's the only election that they're going to have that day, right? It's just for the marijuana. So people really wanted it on the ballot. So it's going to be interesting to see. Like, it seems like a majority of people want it. So.
Oh, yeah, in Oklahoma? For sure, because they were going to get, I don't know if they were going to get sued or what, because they got enough ballots. So it should have been on in November, and then they didn't count them all right, and it just so happens that they're like, oh, you didn't get it done in time. But they went and dug up the information, found out they did, and they were like, so whoever did that didn't want it to happen. So that's why they never do. I heard that they don't ever have special election like this.
I've never seen one, yeah.
I know. So it's going to be neat for, Oklahoma. And now that we have our residency there, we will be voting that day on March 7th. I keep telling everybody, like, in the industry up there, I'm like, let's have a party that day. Like, for real, I was telling just everybody, let's do a big ass party in Oklahoma.
Cool.
You'll know that night, they get everything counted.
I think that's an awesome idea, yeah.
It's an awesome idea, but hell, if it goes recreational, are we going to even have time? We're going to be busy selling weed the next day.
Yeah.
As soon as it hits,
it takes
Texas coming over, right?
Yeah,
Everyone crossing over.
It takes, I think 9 months for them to do the licensing. Yeah, that was the first question I asked. I was like, when it turns, you don't just get to do it. And they're like, no. It can't be that easy. No.
But y'all know for sure that it's going, so.
Yeah, we know for sure. And then we really are. What we know is that, our licensing will stay good till the next year. So I think that they're just going to be able to, they're going to sell you the rec license and then sell you the medical license. Okay. So you'll have two. So, I want to be able to always keep both. I think it's really important to keep medical because, once we go rec, there's going to put regulations on what are milligrams. So you're not going to be able to come to the store and buy a 5,000 milligram chocolate like you do now. So enjoy that while it lasts.
That's if you're just a recreational patient, right? Will the medical patients still be taken care of? Or?
Correct.
So that's why we have to have both programs because they don't want recreational people who are not used to consuming much cannabis on a daily go in there and freak out on a 500 milligram gummy or something.
If you ever notice, if you go to Nevada or Cali or Colorado, that they tap out at 100 milligrams for rec patients. But if he goes in there and we go to I guess I don't know if Hardeen's has a medical, but whenever we go to Vegas, we go to the medical ones. Now they have the higher milligrams that you can get stuff like that.
They do and they don't. So like she says, if you go to a facility that's just a recreational facility, what they'll do in and since I have a medical card, what they'll do is they'll give you a discount, a medical discount.
Okay.
Now they may not have the medical milligram dosages for you because it's not a medical store, but at least you'll still get some benefits of having a medical card as a discount or something.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, I think that's a good takeaway to have, just so like you said, you don't have tourists going and getting a really good chocolate bar, but then they look at the package and then they go into the ER saying I got too high. And
freaking out.
That's what it's just you can't. People just freaking out like that, so.
Yeah, stuff like that is what we got to keep away from, just keeping the stigma.
They say you got to medicate properly, guys.
Exactly.
Medicate properly.
Just like drink responsibly,
That's
medicate
right.
responsibly.
That's
right. We should come up with a shirt like that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly, y'all. But since y'all do travel so much, y'all just touched down for the Austin party, then y'all going to take back off. I don't know when I'll see y'all again, but I want to ask, and I'm sure a lot of people want to know too, what is something that y'all wish more people knew about y'all? Since you travel so much, you meet so many people, maybe one-off experiences, what do you wish that people that just follow us maybe or checking out our podcast that haven't met y'all personally, what do y'all think that's below the service level that you wish they knew?
I mean, we're just normal people, we're normal people, we're parents, we're husband and wife, we grind together, we raise kids together. I mean, there ain't nothing really special about us, we love cannabis, we love what we do, and we love our family, and we're trying to build something bigger. And like I said, it takes a good team, and having family part of the team is
like-minded people too.
Yeah, like-minded people too, yeah.
Like-minded people. God, I don't know what I would say on that one.
Say you're an open book?
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like,
I think you are, too.
I
Pretty
feel like,
transparent.
I'm like, just ask me.
Yeah.
I
Hit
mean,
it. I know your Instagram got taken down too, but I know you're an open book. You got the Austinite too, so
Can't
people
reach
can
out right
always,
now.
I mean, you can reach out to me and it'd be like, that's what a lot of people don't know. I'm like, yeah, just hit me up, text me, call me.
Yeah,
You can, it's.
But it's just crazy to see that thing with your Instagram too, because we know we deal with that too. With this being our logo, it's like we're a target for Instagram and
it was my
stuff like
personal
that.
account.
Yeah.
I think to me, I'm like, I don't know what that's about.
It's a strange thing, yeah, for sure. But
We've definitely had to deal with that for Austinite. We've probably got taken down like 3 or 4 times, and so we've built up. Yeah, it's frustrating. We've had to keep building up, but luckily we've been okay right now. But it just is super weird, like a personal account. It's crazy.
I didn't even think it was possible.
I think Instagram finally gave up. You know what, man? These Austinite guys, they ain't quitting. They're gonna come with another
Yeah.
account. Just let them have it. Let them have it.
Let them have it. Yeah.
one thing about us is we're persistent. I think that's how we made it out of Texas and got up to Oklahoma and all that too. So yeah, it's all about persistence, but it is just crazy. But how can the people find you now? Where how can they
I
keep
think
up?
I'm gonna make. I was just telling Gabby this. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do another damn Instagram. I'll just do one and then have you guys repost that. Shout it out that it got taken down.
But you've got the Facebook too, and you're also on the Instagram too. I know people will reach out looking for you, and you'll hit them back right away too.
And then I just feel bad that people probably thought like, damn, did she block me? Or like, what the hell, And then they'd like go look, and then, or it just sucks because like I gotta be able to get there. I had some old videos on there. That was my personal account, so we'll see. I don't know.
That's
Yeah, it does suck.
We've been emailing them, and but yeah, I would just tell everybody. I feel like we're kind of an open book. We're just normal ass people. It just, man, and the grind is like real. The hustle is so real. But at the end of the day, like Castro said, we're just normal ass people. It's to us, we look at it just so much like. It is. It's just another business, it's something we like to do. It makes stuff, it's definitely fun. And I guess that's why it doesn't seem like work so much when we get to do, cool stuff too, and then it's exciting to be opening up these other stores, I just need to get more staff. Like, I just need to kind of build my team up there and once that happens, then we'll be good,
Heck yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's awesome. It's crazy to see. Like you said, it is just another business. I feel like we do have a lot of similarities to other family businesses. Like, believe it or not, we do go through some of the same struggles that any other family business would go through, stuff like that. But it is a trip to see how far it's come and everything like that. So, what do y'all think your favorite part of this industry is?
My favorite parts, I guess I gotta say.
I put you on the spot there.
Being also too, it being a family deal, and I see that this can be the future of things, and I hope that we're creating something that you guys don't have to work so hard at, where it's gonna be, it's gonna be profitable. And I think that's the stuff that I enjoy, or that's what drives me to do and want to do all this. Is like, man, dude, this could be our ticket out, because at the end of the day, that's all you really do want, that'd be badass if we're sitting here talking like next year and we made it rec and we're all, that'd be, to me, badass to do.
And I was talking about it just yesterday, I think, about just seeing how far we've come since the beginning, and it's only been two and a half years maybe. So it's like to look back in another 2 years, even just from where we're at now. I'm sure we're not going to be. We're only going up.
Yeah. So I was gonna say I think my part, David, is that I'm doing it legally now. I don't got to worry about sleeping at night,
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about having marijuana with me when I'm in Oklahoma. I'm doing I'm doing what I can do. You know, they're not gonna mess with me.
Doing what you thought was your passion.
Yeah, what I couldn't do
legally,
before. You know,
yeah,
and have to always look around. Now it's like,
it's a trip. And
it is what it is.
I bet that older self of you, that younger self, would have never thought that you would be in this.
It's
position.
a trip sometimes, and sometimes, you know, you like, I got a joint, like hide it. I already got past that point, but when I first got up there, it's like, I got a joint, got to hide it. Like, no, I don't have to do that no more. You know, it's not like that up here.
Especially if you have, especially if you have your card.
Yeah, especially if you got a card.
Just, you can be anywhere. You can be in your car. You can be anywhere. Just as long as you have your card.
It's just saying that it's medicine, like it is.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just medicine. So, but yeah, I think I like doing events. I really started liking doing all that now.
It is super fun, yeah. Just having constant people come through. Like, we had some people come through last night that have never been here before, that were from Austin, and they're just like, man, I've always dreamed of a place like this. Like, just me and my friends just could come and smoke for the night and not have to worry, and we were outside just having a good time, listening to music.
I think it's a safe place, you know. People come hang out, come chill, you know. Hey,
yeah, and
you enjoy the cannabis? Come enjoy it over here with us, you know.
Yeah, when they had some some of his OG buddies come from High Times.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. And then we ended up knowing. It's called The Sesh, and we ended up knowing those dudes from Oklahoma through a small world. So Austin with Health THC, that's his son's best friend. And so he told him, hey, check this place out. So I was like, dude, small world that came from Oklahoma that came to Austin last night.
That's
so
crazy.
It was neat, you know. It was neat to have that kind of that event. And then we are going to be doing an event January 28th in Oklahoma that I'm going to be in the works of. I'll probably be announcing it this week and get a flyer, but we're going to do like a 6-person panel and just start we're just going to have one big ass party up there, you know, to kind of get the balls rolling. And by that time we'll be like fully working and being able to because at the second property you can consume there because it's a second address.
oh yeah.
So we just got to work on it before then.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool to hear y'all having panelists too, because I think it's just important. I think that's kind of partially why we started this, so we could directly just talk to our audience and educate them, because I know when you come in the store, you probably get a mouthful from us, but it's like necessary information. And I feel like everybody always walks out knowing more. So I feel like the more we can incorporate that into events and just generally like make all this stuff that we know that we've learned over the past couple years, just general knowledge, stuff that people just smokers, consumers, buyers know.
Should know.
Stuff like
Right,
that. Yeah, exactly. Like that.
know.
So that's super exciting. We're gonna have some panelists come through. That's awesome.
For sure.
Y'all got anything else? I think we're ready to wrap this thing up. If y'all are, any closing comments?
No, nothing closing. I mean, I'm just excited to be going back on Tuesday to see what we got in store in Marietta and wrap up some stuff in the year on a positive note. You know, we're ending the year knowing that we're growing a little bit more.
Yeah, and in the new year, knowing you got a lot of stuff going the next year.
The next year, yeah, because we are growing.
That's what's
And
exciting.
then I do have one more question if y'all feel open to talk about it right now. I did want to ask about, because I know a lot of people have asked us, and we've even mentioned a little bit about Big Texas Hemp, the production, and how, or just what happened with that. People are always like, oh, well, where did it go, or whatever. So,
Right. So God, and it just ended. It was just such an unfortunate thing. But so a lot of y'all know that when we first opened Austinite, I invested in a TV show called Big Texas Hemp with Grow House, and so that ended up that. So the whole thing to the story is that we invested a lot of money into it, thinking that was going to be something that they were going to actually start working on, but ended up that there was no working, there was no, you know, I mean,
I don't think the account has been active in like a year or two. Actually.
I think everyone in Texas that's in the hemp community should ask that question.
Yeah.
What happened to Big Texas Hemp?
Yeah.
You know, I know we're not the
everyone
only
filmed
investors.
on it,
We're not the
you
only
know?
investors that invested in it. There's other investors.
Yeah.
And money
But
just
we were
disappeared.
the ones
Nothing was
that-
ever done.
Yeah.
You know, to this day, nothing's done.
And then it's just so
No
crazy.
update.
So
No updates.
So basically, I think, and this is where it turned ugly because everybody's like, we want to know what happened. What was the drama that led to what happened with Grow House?
Well, it's just like a deep sigh.
And this is just, I mean, exactly. But facts is that we had the party, that we were going to Oklahoma.
Yes.
And we were all like, you know, and at that point, you know, we were going to go with me Sarah and what's it called? Grow House. And you know, the funny story is that Castro wouldn't get on stage that night.
Well, Stella told me, hey, they want to partner up and go to Oklahoma and do this. And I said, I'm not partnering up with them. I'm not doing this. So they went up there and take pictures, and they're all, and she was like, come on up. No, because that shit right there ain't gonna last. I already see it. I can already foresee it.
So then we get further down along, and mind you, they were talking about Austinite all the time on their podcast. They'd go live every Friday.
Here, right? Yeah.
They would go live. They would be doing all this. We Austinite, you know, blah blah blah. Well, then we said we were going into Oklahoma. We take one trip out there to Oklahoma, and then finally they're like, all right, we got an idea. We got the contract. Here's the contract for the Oklahoma deal. I send that over. You know, and I send it over for my people to read, and they come back and they were like, who sent this? And I was like, oh, that came from Grow House. They were like, no, these aren't your friends.
It's like, is this an April
These aren't exactly. I know. I mean, it was about, they were the inventor of everything. I brought all the money. They brought zero. They brought the name, and they brought themselves. They thought they were worth it. They thought they were worth that much to come and you know, and the funny thing is, it said in there that they're the inventor. We were just the
sponsor.
I guess, and they came up with all the ideas, all this. But what really was mind blowing, and that I couldn't believe it, is that they said that they could fire anybody on that they wanted to.
They ran the whole show basically.
That they ran the whole show. It's a family business. What would you do?
Yeah.
You couldn't fire my kids. Like, what the hell's wrong? You know? So at that point, when I said no, it was blunt. It was dead silence. And yeah, I did get a little like, you know, what the hell? What the, you know?
Yeah,
they went after 2 weeks, they just quit talking about us. And we were still going to Oklahoma. I was like, we're doing it with or without you, bro.
I was going to do it without them. That's why I wasn't on that stage that night. I said, I'm not going in partners with these people. Sarah, Liz, no. Thank you.
And I think there's a whole bunch of ways that different people can put it in different ways, different perspectives. But I think it ultimately comes down to being
that
a
contract.
team player.
What was on that contract? Yeah. And if everyone could see what was on that contract, you know what? We should upload it. You can see what was on that contract.
Besides the contract, it's like the idea behind it. It's not being a good team player. It's the things that we stress so much.
Well, you know, David, also is this. You know, we invested in them in Big Texas Hemp. They were poorly informing us on anything that was going on. Nothing went through with that. How would you even expect to go into another investment with someone when you ain't even done something with the first investment?
One.
You got to be out of your
goddamn
mind.
I know. I mean, and we do have. I mean, we are going to have some works of like, I don't know. It's and the sad part is, you know, we have to see them, and when we see them, I'm like, you know, do they have any conscience of you took like a large sum of money from us, like, and you can just still go and like
point at us like we're the bad guys.
Exactly,
of course.
And then, you know, when I'm like, hey,
well, their piggy bank ran out. You know what I'm saying?
Where's my exactly? There, I was like, where's my money? And whenever I say anything, oh, you know, you're just being the ghetto Mexican girl.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's not fair.
It's like very moochy. It's very moochy.
You know, but I can't. You know what I get over is that so many people now in the industry are like, we knew that about them.
Yeah.
We knew that about them. There was something about them.
Embarrassed.
You know,
embarrassing.
You know, I mean, it's just crazy. But people knew. A lot of people knew, and I have close friends. I'm like, well, if y'all knew, why didn't y'all say anything? We were like, you were so invested with them.
It just sucks too, because we were just so young in the game too. Like, I feel like if we would have been encountered in a situation with like that, now we would have sniffed it out earlier. I mean, but it was so exciting. You trust people that you think want to help you out.
That's it. I mean, but man, it's the biggest lesson I've had to learn, and I stayed sad. I mean, I'm embarrassed about it. Like, when people ask me, because they think, I mean, you know, they have like their little following and their little clique and all that, and they don't like me. All of a sudden, they don't like me, and that's where. Remember the other day, you're like, I wonder what they think, what they were told for us not to be liked.
What is the other side of this?
What's the other side of this? You know, I wonder what they've told other people.
And that just goes straight back. Let's just drop the contract.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a terrible situation, and I think that we were the largest people that got hit. But I think what really upsets me is that I got my mom involved.
Yeah.
So there's some of my mom's money that's tied up in that, and I think that's the worst part about it, because I'm like, you know, us, it's fine. You know, well, not fine.
Well, it's not fine,
but I mean. But with my mom, I mean, it's a whole different ball game, you know. And now I'm like, you're not going to do anything with it. I mean, even just I always think about like the growers that filmed and had to stand up with. I mean, you know, like put up with their asses for like 3 or 4 days. Like I know for a fact some of these farmers that I went to, they would like make a guest room for them, and they'd be like filming for like 2 days at their farm, and like they had to feed him and stuff like that. And I'm like, that was all for nothing. Like basically. you didn't want to work.
You know, the only thing good.
Why y'all should have, instead of touring around and going to all the MJ BizCon and all the champs, you know, running your circle doing nothing, you should have just actually worked and sat and not left your house. And, you know, but
had the money. But
no, you take my money and you start up the Taste of Texas Hemp Cup.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the only thing good that happened. You know, that's the only thing that happened good for Texas with our money was the Texas Taste
of Hemp Cup.
People do enjoy that.
But I heard it wasn't even as good this year. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, it's just it's
so thank
terrible.
y'all. You know, we sponsor that.
Yeah.
We sponsor that, so thank y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy. I always tell everybody, like, you know, what
that's the title.
It's you know, like I'm the one that funded Taste of Texas Hemp Cup. That was all me, you know.
Yeah, what blows my mind the most is just like y'all said, everybody that was affected at that point, we didn't have anybody hired that wasn't family. So everybody that was affected, your mom was family. Oh, yeah. So it's like the fact that they would do that to such, they knew we were just coming to it.
They were very good friends at the time, and to be like,
they're very good con artists is what it was.
To F your family. It's like my brother works here, my sister works here, I work here. Yeah, it's literally just family. My parents. So,
and as we go back crazy. And we realize what we've done, it's like, dude, if you couldn't have done what you said you were gonna do with 50,000. Y'all have no idea what the hell you're doing. Yeah. Y'all have no idea what you're doing. Y'all should not be in the media industry. Y'all just be in the con industry.
They probably were very happy that they got their hands on that. They were like, we pulled this off.
Yeah.
They've never seen that before.
Yeah, they've never seen
that kind of money probably before.
Yeah. And then, you know.
And they may never see it again. You know? Exactly. I know we're going to see it again.
Yeah. And then it's just, it's unfortunate, and it's sad that they, you know, we see them, and I'm like, what do they do? You know, like, what did they do? Or, you know, this at some point, you know, okay, we're not going to get we failed. You did an epic fail. There's no show. Like, okay, when are you going to say, I need to start writing you a check each month?
Payment plan.
Mm-hmm. That's what big boys do.
Cash App.
I mean, they can come be bud tenders or something on the weekend.
Come
I mean,
work
you know,
on the weekend.
Come drive to Oklahoma.
We were just talking about the overnight shift.
I mean, I need a security guard. I mean, I know Liz is very manly. Come on out there, Liz.
She's almost as tall as me. So I mean,
so I don't know. I mean, that's the only part is that I'm like, damn, when are they going to come up with the payment plan? And the good thing is I'm starting to talk about it more. People are starting to know they're not welcome in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. They're not welcome in Nevada. You know, people are starting to know we are. And the good. I kind of don't want to be that whiny person.
But it's important,
right? It's important. The people that I've told, they were like, oh my God, I was about to do a project with them. Yeah. There's a huge national company that was about to do a project with them for South by, and they were like, absolutely not now.
And if y'all can remember, do you remember when that contract was? Because it wasn't too long ago either.
That was it was around
That was
Like almost a year ago.
Yeah, it was almost. No, I think it's been longer.
No, it's been a little bit longer than
Because
that.
they were flying out to Vegas.
They
for
were
that
flying out to Vegas because they went to Gabby's party on my money too.
It was
We gave
2021
them that
or
check,
sometime,
and
right?
then literally Gabby's party.
But my point is, it has been a while. We didn't right away when that contract came out. We didn't go right away start
We
blasting.
didn't.
So it has been a due amount of time. I
it
feel.
has.
Yeah,
It
that was my point.
has.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, when I said no, I'm not going to do the business with you. I didn't think
But
there was any.
you know
bad
what's
blood,
funny
but
to
they
me?
just,
Here's
you know.
what's funny to me. On that trip all the way up to Oklahoma, Liz was in the backseat of my truck, yapping away like a car salesman, trying to tell me how lucky we are that she's trying to even put us into this with her, because people are throwing money at her to do this with her. I haven't seen a grow house pre-roll in Oklahoma yet. What happened?
And you have a medical card. You
And
go
I
to
have a
different
medical. I go to different
We
dispensaries. I have
do.
not seen a grow house pre-roll
Roll.
in Oklahoma
Yeah.
yet. I guess no one's throwing money
Yeah.
at her.
I mean, yeah, we manage our Instagram too. I haven't seen them post about any
Yeah.
grow house products or
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, I was just gonna say that this is very important because I feel like I've seen on like social media and stuff. You hear about this in different like businesses or like fields, I guess you could say. But you haven't really heard about. I mean, we're firsthand finding stuff like this happen to us, and it's important so that other people don't get scammed. And people, they really do think that people will just throw money at them. So it's like you need to
Right.
be aware because it could happen to you.
Right.
And-
And exactly. And that's what I was telling somebody that told me. She was like, thank goodness you told me, because I was introducing them to my hookups.
Yeah.
And I can't have them do that and do that to somebody they know. And that's why I've just, separated, just, tried to separate, I get mad about it, and I'm pissed about
Yeah.
it because I just don't
But
think
another
it's like,
thing is, I don't know how much longer or trendy, wrinkly, old,
the dead TikTok dances.
yeah, people are.
Yeah. So anyway,
wrinkly naked people. That's what I was
yeah,
gonna say.
I know. I mean, I don't know how much
Middle
longer
age.
that's gonna last. But made me laugh super hard is that Aldo was like, you and Dad need to come up and do a freaking TikTok dance. So I think I'm in for the challenge because we'll be with Aldo for a week, and he's like,
So you may see some TikToks you're
You
gonna
might
see.
see some TikToks, guys. I think it's coming. But yeah, I think it's super important. I've been talking about it. I feel better. I've been, talking
Recovered
about
from
it.
it a little bit,
I've
like,
recovered.
bounced back.
It's just. I guess it's just
It's
embarrassing.
awareness now.
It's
at this
exactly.
point.
People know. I mean, if you're gonna, and then people can read energy. Like people, that's the biggest thing, about
like,
that.
I had a feeling about that.
I mean,
Well,
that's
I had the
same-
feeling from the very get-go. I mean, from the very the first 30,000 we gave them, I wasn't with it. Stella kind of talked me into it. I says, okay,
And then
let's
I
give
got
them a
like-
shot. Let's try. She was vouching for them. Of course, I'm going to ride with my wife. Let's vouch for them. Okay, but yeah, they didn't strike me right the first time either.
And one thing that I do remember, that I really remember vividly, was they did have a very online personality. So it was great on camera, but there was, you knew them in person. There's a switch.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Nobody.
switch.
I know. I remember the first time that you were like, yeah, it's either on or off.
Yeah.
It's on or off.
So
But that's another
it's-
that's
thing.
a pro
So,
manipulator
so
right there.
that's what people should know about me. I'm on all the time.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Like, this is
how-
actually
this
how
is
you are.
actually how I am.
But I was exactly going back to that point earlier where you just said you're transparent. I feel like if I got that question, I would have said the same thing because I really feel like we are welcoming. We just have our gate open yesterday at Kushmas. Bring a toy for donations. We're gonna give them back. You'll see us give them back because we post about it. We'll actually show you where those toys you're giving are going, and we just want y'all to have a good time. That's why we have dab bars set up and everything like that. So that's the biggest thing because to see a year or two later who's in Oklahoma and who isn't, and it's just what we preach. Being a team player, being
You gotta be a team
like-minded.
player. You can't do it by
God,
yourself.
You can't
No.
do it
It's
by
not gonna
yourself.
work if you try to throw people under the bus like that.
Oh, no.
I mean,
Oh, no.
yeah, that's one
That's
thing.
why I don't see no grow house pre-rolls yet. I'm still waiting to see them.
Yeah, this is a hot topic. I feel like we could go on forever.
Maybe one day they can send us some PR and then
Yeah,
we'll see how this
We'll
goes.
see how this goes.
Stay tuned.
but-
Maybe they can be on the Austinite podcast, get their side of the story.
There you
Yeah,
go. There you go.
hey, that might work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
All right. Well,
alrighty.
Yeah, but
any last questions or thoughts or?
No,
So I know, Stella, your Instagram got deleted, but Charles, you got your Instagram.
I still got mine.
Where can the people find y'all?
Well, if you want to go to my personal Instagram, of course, it's Castro78702. And if you check my bio, you'll see all the stores added on there. Of course, as soon as Stella gets hers either back active or get a new one, we'll all be tagging her, so y'all keep an eye out for her. She'll be back on the
I
scene
might
real
start,
quick.
I mean, and we'll see how I do that.
But we got the Austinite Cannabis, Austinite Cannabis OK, and then we also have Cannabis Combat.
Cannabis
as
Combat,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you you can always hit me up through the Austinite, and then I'll get it. I'll see it.
Yeah,
So-
but it was awesome to have y'all. I'm sure we'll have y'all back on again. This is only
Yes.
growing so much. We're gonna get y'all to tag up the wall pretty soon
All right.
too. But I'm glad y'all made it out for the
All
Austinite podcast, y'all.
Okay.
Episode wrapped up.
All right.